The one trait I had the most shame over while healing my chronic pain was my frequent outbursts of anger. My anger since I was a teenager has always been explosive. So what would occur is as I would feel difficult emotions, I would resist and suppress them. But then my nervous system would become this pressure cooker where dysregulation was building and building and building. And eventually I would have this outburst of anger, which could look like yelling, swearing, or even throwing things. This pattern was a major trigger for chronic pain developing in my 20s. See, when we suppress and push down emotions, it makes your nervous system incredibly dysregulated. And over time, it will sensitize and start producing chronic pain, chronic fatigue, or other chronic symptoms. When I realized my chronic pain was neuroplastic and being caused by my dysregulated nervous system, I knew I needed to change my relationship with my emotions. Following the guidance of Dr. Sarno and Dr. Schubiner, I started to somatically feel my emotions, feel safe with them, and learn to release them. And by working with my emotions in this way, it supported my chronic pain eventually completely dissipating. But even after I learned to feel emotions and feel safe with them, I still struggled to express them outwardly to others in an appropriate way. When I was in my graduate degree and under an immense amount of pressure, my angry outbursts got so bad that it almost destroyed my relationship with my partner, Anne. Here's the thing. Emotions can be expressed appropriately or inappropriately. Let me give you an example. So let's imagine I'm sitting on the couch, relaxed, watching TV, and I only have about 30 minutes of relaxation time before I need to go back to work. Now, as I'm sitting on the couch, over a 10-minute period, my partner, Anne, asked me to put my dishes away 4 times. And at this point, I'm feeling really annoyed. I'll give you an example of how I could inappropriately express my emotions. Anne, stop asking me. You're really starting to piss me off. I have 30 minutes to relax, and I cannot relax if you keep nagging me. Why are you doing this? Now I'll give you an example of how I could appropriately express my emotions. And I promise in 30 minutes, I will put my dishes away. I'm feeling really annoyed right now because I only have 30 minutes to relax. In the future, could you just ask me once, and I promise I will do my best to do it. Now, a tip when you're expressing emotions is you want to use I statements instead of you statements. Hear the difference in these 2 examples of expressing emotions. I feel really tired and frustrated when I have to come home and I need to do all the childcare and all the chores. You really piss me off when you come home and sit around and I have to do everything. An I statement invites understanding and support, while a you statement is going to invite defensiveness and arguing. Now, I do want to note, because you're probably going to ask this in the comments, that sometimes a more extreme expression of emotion is appropriate. There are situations where yelling or swearing might be appropriate, but these situations are quite rare. So here's what I did to learn how to appropriately express emotions. First, I use safety signals every morning to create regulation. I would do 20 to 30 minutes of breath work, somatic movement, visualization, or savoring pleasant sensations. In doing this, I created enough nervous system regulation that when I was feeling emotions and needed to express them, I could do it in a regulated way. Second, when I could, I would first feel my emotions and then I would go express them. If you have the space, you want to feel your emotions somatically first and work through them, because that's going to lower the emotional charge and maybe give you more insight before you actually go in and express them to someone else. Third, if a relationship is tied in with trauma, you are likely going to need to do trauma work. You could do this on your own using a course as guidance, or find a therapist in your area to support you. When relationships are tied in with trauma, the emotional charge can be really high surrounding that relationship. Even myself and Anne, we went to marriage counseling for several months where we learned to work through our baggage and also how to appropriately express things to each other. So I want to motivate you all here that learning to express your emotions appropriately is going to lead to so many benefits in your life. It's going to lead to deeper relationships that are healthy. It's going to lead to you feeling more regulated. And lastly, as those first two things happen, it can lead to your nervous system desensitizing, resulting in pain or physical symptoms reducing. So this week, practice expressing your emotions appropriately. Your nervous system will thank you.